So welcome to the second session. On this session, we're gonna talk a lot about the reference, how to use them, how to break down them, how to sketch on them if we need, how to improve. I'm gonna review your acting for those who send me links, how to improve the acting sometimes by redoing a ref, sometimes not. Like I'm not saying that each time you have a note on the reference it needs to be redone. Um, so don't worry if you get a lot of notes. That doesn't mean it really depends on you. Sometimes people like they spend like a day, an entire day, like doing one acting on in a reference, and it's a lot of work. And sometimes they are better at changing stuff directly in animation. So I cannot say like myself, I tend to work in animation more than redoing a lot of reference, but I might not be a good example. Like I know that on Arcane, I was one of the animators using the least reference, almost because. But I was doing references, but sometimes like you can see a lot of in my shots that are d done without reference because I wasn't happy with my reference. But I keep doing it. I want to improve this. I really improved with the years. So I think you should, even if you don't like it, I think you should always do it. Um, okay. We have a problem with Olivier, who want to get to the class. He needs to go to Zoom. I'm gonna reply to him very quick. To Zoom. And it should. Okay. I think I'm gonna start by probably by reviewing your references, and then I'm gonna critique my own reference, and then see a couple of things in about layout and how to do a clean scene, and after, if we have time, we can do a bit more of acting analysis in at the end of the session. So I'm gonna start with the first one who sent me the scene sketch. I think it's Kane. It's you who sent me this really nice sequence. It's a lot of work you put in. It's for those who didn't see it, I'm gonna play it along. Tell me if you hear the sound of it, please. Should work.
Hey, you okay?
Okay, cool.
You seem a little off today.
You really want to do this now?
Well, well, now is better than never.
You know what? Fine. Let's talk about it. You never. I feel like you aren't trying anymore. Like, we don't even matter. You used to surprise me. Things felt so much more exciting. And now it's just kind of boring.
I'm not boring. I've had a lot on my plate, okay?
Something needs to change. I don't know if I can keep doing this if it doesn't.
I can be exciting again.
And how would you do that?
Well, first I'd.
Cool. Super nice work already. Like you did all the editing and all the storyboarding and stuff. So it's super nice. I'm gonna show the three different reference and see if I have time to review all of them. But I think I watched them already and I know which one I would choose if I were you.
Hey, you okay? You seem a little off today.
You really want to do this now?
Well, now is better than never.
You know what? Fine. Let's talk about it. You never. I feel like you aren't trying anymore. Like, we don't even matter. You used to surprise me. Things felt so much more exciting. And now it's just kind of boring.
I'm not boring. I've had a lot on my plate, okay?
Something needs to change. I don't know if I can keep doing this if it doesn't.
I can be exciting again.
And how would you do that?
Well, first I'd...
Cool. And the last one on here.
Hey! You okay? You seem a little off today.
You really want to do this now?
Well, now is better than never.
You know what? Fine. Let's talk about it. You never. I feel like you aren't trying anymore. Like, we don't even matter. You used to surprise me. Things felt so much more exciting. And now it's just kind of boring.
I'm not boring. I've had a lot on my plate, okay?
Something needs to change. I don't know if I can keep doing this if it doesn't.
I can be exciting again.
And how would you do that?
Well, first I'd...
Awesome. So it's super clear. Like I think it's very yeah, it's very clear what you did with the acting. Everything is there. I think it's readable, really nice. Uh, I saw the conversation also like the notes Olivier had from for you. I think there is probably some stuff to think about when you're gonna do the sequence. Is it's true that it starts with a loud conversation and then goes softer, and I think it's good. I think it's actually make the sequence interesting. Goes it shows emotion and it shows evolution in the sequence. Also, it makes the sequence in the end more surprising. But you're gonna have to work on the sound effects on like maybe like somewhere
Better than never.
You know what? Fine.
somewhere maybe here we can imagine like she shoots last time just before this, and then like there is the noise kind of stops and we have this environment showing a little bit of pose during the war or whatever. And they could take this opportunity to say, okay, you know what, fine. The second thing I think is let's talk about the reference 1 and 3. I think I would choose the number 2. I'm gonna explain why. But before that, before actually reviewing, I think I would do some warnings about the storyboard.
Used to surprise.
So if I look at your storyboard here, you have some nice change here and there, and I think it was somewhere here. Yes, here there is a lot of back and forth between those shots here.
You do that.
Well, first I'd...
What you need is this one, right, in the end, because you need the surprise and the shot here. And probably in this zone here, in this moment here.
Boring.
I'm not boring. I've had a lot on my plate, okay?
Something needs to change. I don't know if I can keep doing this if it doesn't.
I can be...
Probably on here you could probably do another close-up or so
Yes,
on.
if it doesn't.
I can be exciting again.
Also, I feel like you change the camera each time they're talking just to show their speak. Like don't worry about showing a bit of acting of one guy saying like, hey, like this, like, acting a bit in the back. It's completely fine. It shows some more realism, and also you can save a little bit of work doing this because animating it back on one arm. So it's a huge project you have you have there. So really good luck with for finishing this. But okay, so talking a bit of animation right now. So what you did for your reference, it's really really nice because you had the props, you did like all the editing, you make the character like speak to each other, so it's gonna be way easier with all this setup. Um, Talking about your acting a bit. So if I look at the first reference.
Hey, you okay? You seem a little off today.
You really want to do this now?
So the first shot here, I think
You okay?
it's
You seem a little
expression is really nice.
off today.
You
The character seems very. Also, the character is very clear in the way he's like trying to flirt kind of a bit.
really want to
It's
do this
pretty
now?
nice.
Well, now is better than never.
You know what? Fine.
And here is this moment here. I saw that you had a little bit of difficulty during this shot. Maybe not, but this is my feeling because the audio is kind of the rhythm is not easy. So
You know what? Fine.
it goes like, you know what? Fine, let's talk about it. It's very even in the rhythm, so it's hard to deal with this kind of stuff. Um, it's possible to make it better. The only stuff you don't want to have is use the same rhythm in your animation. Doing like it's a little bit what you have here is like
You know what?
you have like the first beat here. One
What? Fine.
big one here
Let's talk
and huge one here.
about it.
And then it makes the animation the feeling kind of fake. It makes like even if I get the idea of like ironic stuff, like you know what, but you need to find a way to break it down. This rhythm.
You never.
And here is a little bit the same problem here. Wait, sorry.
You never.
You never. It's very almost like a metronome, So what you want, it's like sometimes we have the audio we have, like when you work in a movie, you get the audio like I don't like this audio, and you need to deal with it. So you need to find ways to trick and to show the audience to hide the problem and make it nice. And like here, what's happening during like this whole sequence here is like you're using each sound you have to make a movement, like a beat, an accent.
Never. I feel like
It's a common mistake that you wanna always when you guys do reference, always remove this stuff of uh, doing the doing the beats, working with the beat each time. You don't need it. So you won't have to you really want to think of this when you shoot a reference, you see it, okay, let's do without. For me, what really changed it, because we all do that. It's to know your dialogue by heart, and then you don't think so much of when it's gonna happen. Like here is like, okay, there is this sound. I want to reach the sound at a good moment. When you know it by heart, if you turn off the sound, you should be able to play it. Sometimes you can even help doing it without the audio, so you kind of read it like a real actor. And after you need the rhythm, so you put back the stuff. But you're gonna play a bit more of like if you had really the dialogue to say and not the dialogue arrive and you play the bit. So
you aren't trying anymore. Like, we don't even matter. You used to surprise me. Things felt so much more exciting. And now it's just kind of boring.
and a bit the same problem here.
Kind of boring.
See, like boring. And I saw that in the other reference, number two, you avoid this way more, and it's working really nice. But all the choreography you did with the gun, putting back the gun, going back to the gun, it's super, super nice.
And now it's just
And also the expression you have, they're really
just
clear.
And now it's just kind of boring.
Like this expression here, it's super nice. It's super clear.
Boring.
I'm not boring.
And this steak here, I'm not boring. It's super nice. And I think on the first one, it's probably your best, I think.
I'm not boring. I've had a lot on my plate, okay?
Something
Because also like in the others, you're doing gesture and stuff, and I think it's really nice as well. But the fact that they're kind of talking low, I feel like it needs less gesture, and it's the stuff he does with the shoulders and stuff. I think it's really nice. Also the face here, it's really clear. It's almost like a DreamWorks face of.
I'm not boring. I've had a lot on my plate, okay?
Something needs to change. I don't know if I can keep doing
Okay.
this if it doesn't.
I can be.
I don't know if I can keep doing this if it doesn't.
See, like here, if I take this shot here,
Keep doing this if it doesn't.
you see all the beats are reached with an accent. It's
Keep doing this
doing this if it doesn't.
if it doesn't.
I can.
So one way to also break this down, it's the stuff I spoke about last time was to anticipate the action with your gesture. For example, if I go back to my reference here.
I said, normal chat. The other night, 2 hours you spent talking to me about the things you found in your little donkey shite that day. 2 hours, Porrig. I timed it. Well, it was
Okay, if you look at the I timed it,
2 hours, Porrig.
it's I did this before I say I timed it. So I do the gesture before, and it makes the action a bit more natural. I could have say I timed it, you know, like on the beat of time. No, I did like I timed it, and it makes a flow between the different accents because I know that on the beat it's gonna be a small accent of the dialogue because when you do I timed it, you know, I have like this motion with my face doing time, you know, it's gonna be the mouth, probably also the eyebrows. So I'm gonna have a small accent. So if I do my big accent at the same time as at the beat, I'm gonna have like just I timed it, and we're gonna miss this small accent. But if I do I timed it, you know, like I do here. So I do. If I want to redo a small accent here, I can do this, and then it's gonna be like big, small, kind of a flow of accents. Gonna be more natural than the pose to posy stuff we wanna avoid.
Be exciting again.
How would you do that?
Well, first I'd.
And okay, so let's talk about the second reference, which I think it's better. So here in your storyboard, I saw that you want to do a traveling forward, right? At the beginning when they're shooting. So also what you could do to not to cheat but to save some time because those shots are gonna be quite heavy to do. Is to do close-ups on the gun. Like you can have like a close-up of a gun shooting, boom, 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 and then like cutting and doing just the reloading. You know the reloading on close-up as well. Like 1, 2, 3 close-ups sometimes could work, and you save I don't know like 200 frames of full body animation. Sometimes you need to do this stuff because this is really nice and you have all the motions and everything, but it's gonna be a lot of work.
Hey! You okay? You seem a little off today.
You really want to do this now?
Well, now is better than never.
You know what? Fine. Let's talk about it. You never. Let's talk about it.
So here you have a little bit the same problem as I told just before.
Fine.
So here you need to find a way to avoid.
You know what?
You find this first stuff here is like on you know what you didn't do an accent, which I think it's better.
You know what? You know what? Fine.
You know what? Fine. You know, you could do like the accent, like just anticipate this. You know what? Fine. You know, I do my movement and then I do my accent after. You know what? Fine. You know, instead of fine. Okay?
Let's talk.
It's
Fine.
this stuff here seems very, it's gonna look animated instead of realistic.
Fine. Let's talk about it. You never.
And I think this moment here is better than the first one, but you need to find a way to show the frustration here. Because it's complicated because the audio kind of goes, the volume goes lower. You never, and we're missing this. You never. Okay, calm down. Okay, so you need to show this a bit more.
You never.
See, it seems like you stop for no reason here, where you need to stop because you're gonna say something too much. So you need to show the frustration, the anxiousness here. You never. Okay, and after.
I feel like.
And after this moment here is really well done.
I feel like you aren't trying any.
So what you did here, it's kind of like the opposite of what I said, but it works same. It's you did like this small accent first on the beat. I feel like, and then you do the big movement. I feel like, and then it does this flows thing that I like to see.
Like, you aren't trying anymore. Like, we don't even matter. You used to surprise me.
And this is great, I think.
It felt so much more exciting. And now it's just kind of boring.
I'm not boring. I've had a lot on my plate, okay?
Something needs to change.
This is great.
I don't know if I can keep doing this if it doesn't.
I can be exciting again.
And how would you do that?
Well, first I'd...
Great. All the rest, for me, both characters are working well. I just think like maybe this one, you could choose, it's up to you from the first one or this one. They're both working really nice. But I feel like all the stuff you did on the girl in the end is really, really nice. It's just the moment with the audio is not helping you so much. So it's a bit more difficult, but yeah, you can definitely work on that. I think it's a fantastic job. Cool, awesome. Let's go for the next one. So I hope it's not too personalized. I mean, like I hope other people they learn stuff from this. I try to also like I think this could apply in each. We're gonna see this, but I think it's really what we talked about last time. That show in the reference, and it's normal. We're not actors, so we don't have all the stuff we show in the movies last time. So Jade, I don't know how to pronounce. Okay, let's have a look.
I was so caught up in trying to be useful. I'm gonna cause trouble for Sis, too. My older sister has a commendable job, and she's a much more remarkable person than me. A lot happened after we lost our father 3 years ago. So it's just us living together. But I'm still a child, so all I am is a burden to her. I was so...
Okay, cool. All right. So on this one, I don't know. I think it's a lot of different shots, right?
So it will just be one shot. I just can't. I'm not good at editing videos.
Okay.
That's all.
So you want to make a big shot, like 685 frames. That's very ambitious as well. I think it's a lot. But okay. So let's see. I think there is probably some more editing to do as well.
I
Let's
was
see.
so caught up in trying to be useful. I'm gonna cause trouble for Sis, too. My older sister has a commendable job, and she's a much more remarkable person than me. A lot happened after we lost our father 3 years ago. So it's just us living together. I'm still a child, so all I am is a burden to her.
Yeah, I think we're missing a lot of breathing in here. It's like the sentences are going one after another, and we don't have to, so the editing makes it very dense. It's like she's saying something, and after she's saying the rest of this, and we have we don't have time for breathing here. If you want to do like a huge shot, I think I would definitely remove one of those chunk and use the time you have to space to add some space. So let's see.
I was so caught up in trying to be useful. I'm gonna cause trouble for Sis, too. My older sister.
Even on here
My older sister.
for sis too, and after my older sister, it's like there's not even like the time for her to think about her older sister. So I think I'm gonna talk about the acting just after.
I was so caught up in trying to be useful. I'm gonna cause trouble for Sis, too.
Think about like one breath between this and the next sentence. So
I'm gonna cause trouble for Sis, too.
boom, the next sentence. What the next sentence is?
My older sister.
Okay,
I'm gonna cause trouble for Sis, too.
my older sister. You see, like all the time I got here to say the next sentence. You need a lot more time to think, and it's gonna help a lot your acting.
My older sister has a commendable job, and she's a much more remarkable person than me. A lot happened after we lost our father 3 years ago.
And it's the same here.
A lot happened after we than me. A lot happened after
A lot happened. So even on what she's saying,
a lot a lot happened after
a lot happened
we lost our
when we lost our father 3 years ago. If she's saying this, I guess she thought about it for at least like 1 or 2 seconds before saying it. So
than me. A more remarkable person than me.
so here your character is thinking about the sister, right? She's talking about the sister, she's thinking about the sister. And
A lot happened.
and there you she's talking about the father who died 3 years ago. So you need to have this change, and this change cannot be hidden. You need to show it on something without the dialogue, showing the what we talked about last time, the following of the thoughts. Where from your sister to your father, how can you go from one idea to another? And I think you get the solution here by doing this movement here. But as we saw last time, it's gonna go through something. So probably from this to a little one here, a little lower because it's like a little darker, and it's gonna go from
than me. A lot person than me. A remarkable person than me.
she's a more remarkable person than me. A lot of happened when we lost our father. I don't know the dialogue, but you get the idea. It goes from this to thinking of something else to delivering the dialogue. Okay, you cannot say something if you didn't think of it before, especially when it's something emotional. I think when you want to do here, it's something emotional. So the key for emotion is the silence. It's the silence. Okay. So don't worry about saying too much. I think this never really happened. Like there is no such a thing of like so big shots. Like I mean, I did like one time on a show like a shot of 800 frames, and it was was not a good idea from the the director. So you can definitely remove some stuff and add some air inside this dialogue. Let's talk about a bit about your performance.
I was so caught up in trying to be useful. I'm gonna cause trouble for Sis, too.
I really like this first shot here, this first chunk here.
I was so caught up in trying to be useful.
It's really nice. I would say it's a bit the same. It's missing some development in the thoughts at the beginning.
I was so caught up.
You do like this very this turn super direct.
Caught up in trying to be useful.
It could work. It depends of the context. I think if it's a shot alone with no context, you might want to do a bit of what we talked about. Oh, sorry.
I was so caught up in trying to be.
What we talked about last time. Remember with where was it? It was her. When you turn, when she turns her head, see like this little stops that makes the turn kind of realistic. You don't need so much because on this situation she was really thinking of something else. Maybe in your situation
So
here,
caught up in trying to be. I was so.
I would do a small one here, maybe small stop here, where with the eyes looking on the a bit on the left screen, and then
so
going
caught
for
up
this.
in trying to be useful. I'm gonna cause trouble for Sis, too. My older.
I think the rest is
for
really
Sis,
nice.
Too. My older sister has a commendable job, and she's a much more remarkable person than me.
And here, a little bit the same issue that I told Kane just before.
Job, and she's a much more remarkable person than me.
You try to hit a little bit all the beats.
Much more remarkable person than me.
Than me, you know. I think
remarkable person than me. A lot.
I think you can get rid of this.
A remarkable person than me.
This beat here, and
more remarkable person than me. A lot.
And find a way to
remarkable person than me.
To have something more like something different to show, different than this, which is a little bit similar than you know, the eyebrows thing you did just before. It shows a bit like a beat with the face. Okay, so you can
person than me.
You know, it could be just the angle of the head changing. She's more remarkable than me, you know, and you could just push a bit the pose.
A lot happened after we lost our father 3 years ago. Happened after a lot happened.
And here is really like yeah, it's what I told before. So here it needs a lot of time and a lot of also like the, you know, the stuff I talked about the on here. Where was it? Yeah, it's here. When the emotion changed, you see, like it's changed when the audience can see it because she's still. I think here it's exactly this moment here. We need to see the face changing here before she turns the head. So it would be like
me, a remarkable person than me.
Like this, and then you show the face change. So you can be can be the eyebrows going a little bit lower. We're gonna show some of this. Can show some muscle groups here going higher than me. and after you can even use the lip sync doing this. Then me, you keep a little bit the E shape. Everything changed 3 years ago. You see what I mean? It's this expression here showing the pain. I think it's super important.
A lot happened after. A lot. A lot.
Could be something else. You see in the shot, it was her with the throat doing something.
A lot happened. A lot happened. A lot.
But you need to have at least some dots and some change here.
Our father 3 years ago. So it's just us living together. But I'm still. So it's just us living together. But I'm still a child.
Okay, I'm gonna just review really quick the last part, even if I think that you should get rid of it. But I think also like here is a good stop for your shot in terms of, you know, audio, and the tone goes lower, finish like something emotional. After it goes bigger. But just for you
I'm still
to know,
a child.
you do this very intense expression here. And here you lose it super quick. So I don't believe in it. You should keep it, okay? I'm still a child, okay? Don't lose the emotion so fast. We're not believing it otherwise.
So all I am is a burden to her. Child. Still a child. So all I am is a burden to her.
Okay? And this kind of, you know, like contraction on the eyebrows, you can keep it until the end. And after it's just a matter of like intensity. Okay? Great. Let's go to the next one. Boop.
Well, well, here we are. I want to congratulate you for being on time. Well, well, here we are. I want to congratulate you for being on time. Well, well, here we are. I want to congratulate you for being on time. Well, well, here we are. I want to congratulate you for being on time. Well, well, here we are.
Cool. So if I understood it, the desk arriving to a guy desk, right? Okay, it's really nice, it's really cool. I think also what you can really play with the storyboard, having like maybe the desk a bit bigger and having like really the weapon like this. You can really play for you could try to do some sketches already of the death. We don't need to see much of the death because already with the weapon, the scythe, right? It could work like this, and the character here at the desk. And if you have like the good lighting here, how can I erase? Oop. You could show something funny because it's like the storyboard shows really like he has his trap in the situation, but the way he reacts is completely off. So I think it could work really nice. Okay. So I think it's really nice. I think you have some good acting on here. I really prefer. I think I really like the first version. So what you have here is two very different versions. The one where you stay seated, you still in this same pose, and the first one. And it's two different ideas. I don't think there is one better than the other. I think both can work. It's really up to you.
Well, well.
I just think that because it's still
Here we are.
a long shot. It's always good to have some evolution in the shot. So I think it would help. The first one, I'm not saying it's gonna be better. It's gonna be easier to make it good because you're gonna have already some evolution in the shot, some interest in here, like some movement. It's gonna catch the attention of the audience better and so on. Oh, sorry. Jad, just before, I think I forgot to mention something super important. I come back. I was thinking of this because of the really nice pose you have here. I was thinking of your posing here. I think this chair with this, it's not helping you. I can tell you're locked in the space, you know? So I see if the character is on the same chair, it's fine, it's good. But if she's not,
This too. My older sister has a
I see that you have to keep your body in the same direction here. Okay, so if with another chair, probably you would have moved the body on the side a bit more and play differently with the body. You have like a quite steady body because of the props you use. So be careful with that, okay? So I go back to this one. I think the pose is super nice here.
Well, well.
The only thing I would say is probably if he's reading a book here, maybe make him a little bit more the face looking at the book. Otherwise, we're not really believing this, okay? So just find a way to look at the book a bit more. Otherwise, it's gonna look like he's sleeping a bit. So careful with that. And just like the change here could be just from this, because I'm looking at the book a bit more like this. Could have this little change like this. Gonna also take the attention of the audience.
Well, well. Well, well.
This movement here, I think it's really natural. It's really cool.
Well.
It's maybe missing a little bit of well. Maybe just a tiny bit of eyebrows would be enough. You don't need more because I see the character being like very in the mood, very lazy, very like not surprised at all. Just play. He's just playing the surprise, just like well, okay, here we go. So a little bit of eyebrows just to play this moment here.
Well.
And because the movement starts naturally before, we're not gonna have this feeling of like, you know, like moving now, like it's moving, and then inside this movement, like, okay.
Well, here we are.
And here is the same. I think it's really natural.
Well, here we are.
This moment here is very natural. So about the watch thing.
Well, here we are.
It's matter of taste. I think it's working this way. I just think like you missed the opportunity because you're wearing this hoodie here. It's kind of weird to have put it there. So if you had like it depends on the character if he has something or not, but could have nice to just show the watch just using the hoodie to do this. could be sometimes more natural than taking the watch with the hand.
I want to congratulate.
And here is, I don't know if it's
I want to congratulate you for being.
if it's like an accident or something. I think it's working really nice. Because here you start talking here on here, but the audio arrives after, and it does again this flow thing where you're really using the silence to make this little gesture and everything. I
want to congratulate you for being on time.
And I think it's good because in the end, you have this steady moment.
On time. Being on time.
And because you are steady, we have the opportunity to really see this mood here.
On time.
I just think you should keep it for sure. Like they remove the last frames.
For being on time.
But I think the rest is really good. I wouldn't change much from this reference.
I want to congratulate you for being on time. Well, well, here we are. I want to congratulate you for being on time.
I think the little settling on the chair is working really nice, though it's all good. I think I would definitely go with this first reference. And you had this one as well.
Well, well, here we are. I want to congratulate you for being on time. Well, here we are.
I think it's on this one, everything is more on the beat. Everything is seems a little bit more acted. I think the first one looks more natural to me. And here's a different idea, but I think the idea of like getting in the different pose is good for what we talked about. Okay, that's really good. That's cool. I go to the next one here. Okay, yep.
As my mother used to say, your options were dishonor or war. You chose dishonor. You might still get war.
That was Churchill.
That's cool. Second ref.
As my mother used to say, your options were dishonor or war. You chose dishonor. You might still get war.
That was Churchill.
And edited version.
As my mother used to say, your options were dishonor or war. You chose dishonor. You might still get war.
That was Churchill.
Okay, so you went into this situation where you wanted a specific choreography and you probably didn't succeed doing it in one take, so you did this edit. I think it's totally fair. I do that a lot. So let's have a look. Still, I think the first reference is working nice alone, but it's a different choreography. Something that you probably missed is to put something in the glass, because doing with an empty glass, you have like a different motion.
As my mother.
Because here, for example, you have your glass really like this, and I like this idea of taking a glass and doing this, but then it would mean like the glass is almost empty or empty. And if the glass is almost empty, then the glass will be probably like somewhere here. Okay, so small details like this, by just sometimes putting some water in your glass, can help you a lot. It's always like that reference. You're always missing some simple things, but
as my mother used to say, your options were dishonor or war. You chose dishonor. You might still get war.
That was Churchill.
I think this ref alone is really nice.
As my mother used to say, your options were dishonor or war. You chose dishonor. You might still get war.
That was Churchill.
There's a good level of like you don't do big accent all the time, so you have some subtle accents and some bigger changes. It's a good balance, I think.
As my mother used to say, your
So you go into this pose here, and then you do this little accent in the pose, like we talked about.
options were dishonor or war. You chose dishonor. Dishonor or war. You chose dishonor. You might still get.
And here you have like on the beat, but because the one just before was not on the beat, it seems natural as well. I'm not saying at all that you shouldn't do the accent on the beat. I'm saying like be careful how you balance it. If you do it only on the beat, it's gonna show. If you do it only off the beat, it's gonna show as well.
Dishonor. You might still get war.
That was Churchill.
I like also this little detail here that see like the face doesn't move and you have just the tongue. I think this could work alone. Second ref, I think it's
As my mother used to say, your options were dishonor or war. You chose dishonor. You might still get war.
That was Churchill.
I think the second reference it's slightly less good just because probably of the glass here. I think that it shows a bit that you were trying to do this idea of like drinking and looking at, and it's a bit long without even drinking because like you can see that you're not drinking. And again, if you have the glass in this position, very horizontal, then it means like if there is a lot to drink, it means like you're drinking very fast. And if there is nothing to drink, then you would go a bit higher. So this last moment here looks
Churchill.
a tiny bit fake compared to the rest. But I think their choreography is still working.
As my mother used to say, your options were dishonor or war. You chose dishonor. You might still get war.
A little bit, maybe a tiny bit more on the beat on this one. And about your reference like this.
As my mother used to say, your options were dishonor or war. You chose dishonor. You might still get war.
It's a little bit hard to read at this specific moment here because you have this motion going like this, and here it goes back there. But I get the idea.
That was Churchill.
Be like the ending. The ending here is, I think it's really good. Probably
That was Churchill.
you can offset the whole animation a little bit on the left. That means like
That was Churchill.
would be nice to have Churchill at this moment here. Maybe a bit after, but it seems like here you got the information and it takes a lot of time to process. It's still working because it makes him a little bit more drunk than but you could put the you could shorten a bit the animation at this moment here.
Get war.
That was Churchill.
Yeah, I think here you really can cut few frames here.
Churchill.
Okay.
As my mother used to say, your options were dishonor or war. You chose dishonor. You might still get war.
I like this attitude here. Little smile here. The high eyebrows here. I think this is a really nice
You might
attitude.
still get war.
I think you should keep this attitude a little bit in here. You went back to something very neutral.
That was Churchill.
So in your animation, you can keep it, and also it's gonna
That was Churchill.
be a bit more funny that he has like this attitude of like knowing stuff.
You might still get war.
Must get war. and after it
That was
got cut
Churchill.
by him. So yeah, I think you can probably like keep this attitude almost until the end.
Churchill. That was Churchill. That was
Like this
Churchill.
little detail here.
As my mother used to say, your options were dishonor or war. You chose dishonor. You might still get war.
That was Churchill.
Cool. Awesome. What else do we have? Tuk, 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 tuk. This one here. Ok, Olivier.
Ouais, le whip, ouais, celui-là.
C'est ça. So I guess this here is going to be a picture of the guy, right?
Yeah, the two scientists basically they're discovering. It's two scientists that discovered like nuclear bombs or something like this.
Ah, okay.
So that's the whole point.
So there is going to be those three.
So they have like a paper, like a newspaper showing they're very happy because they were featured on a newspaper because they discovered something based on nuclear energy.
Yeah. Great. Okay.
I did it, John. I made history. We did it. And I'm the only one left who knows how we did it. I did it, John. I made history. We did it. And I'm the only one left who knows how we did it.
Je te préviens que c'est totalement nul.
I like the ending. Cool. Awesome. Really nice sequence as well. Okay. So let's talk about the performance. It's very clear first, like the little storyboard with two shots like this, always efficient. Very nice.
I did it, John. I made history.
In this first version here, there's something interesting. You're looking here, and I think it's like probably it's the first time you get off the focus of the eye contact with the other guys on the picture. So the only thing is like I was wondering maybe going up like this, it could work because you contain your and you look like this, but
I made history.
Clément, I must say, I see where you're going, but I must say it was actually a mistake. Yeah, I got distracted by something.
Okay.
But so we could re-engineer it.
Okay. No, it was still interesting to see how we could, because the thing is like you skip the eye contact during the whole shot, where I think we could build something where it becomes too hard to look at the picture so much at some point. Especially, I think, on here. I think when you say we did it and you get to this idea here of like, yeah, we did it. It's almost like he realized that we did it, where I think it would be a little bit more interesting in the idea of instead of just having this realizing face of like, yeah, we did it, is insisting on the we and saying like he knows that he did it and they did it, but just saying like it just starts to hurt him. So here's like would be my ideas was it's like going to have the pain showing at this moment here instead of having the we did it, having we did it.
So maybe looking down then, or looking more like internal.
And then yes, I think here it's after this moment where we did it. You know, having this changes here, so becomes so it's good that you have this stuff here, but starting having some dots here, showing a bit of if I do it like this, would be we did it. And going back to the picture, just at this moment, he kind of like remembers some stuff he did with the guys, and it reminds him like he goes back to something painful. So
I'm the only one left who knows how we did it.
Where did I put this? And I think
One left who knows how we did it.
this moment here, I think it's working good. It's more the building up that for having something so strong at the end, you need to have a very strong build up. We need to feel like it can explode before. And
One left who knows how we did it.
and I think in the end it's very clear. It's just we want to sell it before.
I made history.
And I think
I made history.
maybe this your second take.
I did it, John. I made history.
Yeah, this is good.
I did it, John.
This is really good what you have here. The little changes you have here. Just missing the big breath here. I think the big breath here, it's really the opportunity for you to do like this moment where you try to hold it up. Like this, you know, you keep everything high, and the pain, trying to swallow the pain, and then you have like you use the breath to get this muscle groups here and there contracted. You started to do it a little bit here, and it's really nice. It's building up. And I think this breathing here, it's almost like the most important moment in the shot, because it's really where it shows that is he gonna cry? What's happening?
I made history.
I made history.
We did it.
And then trying to refocus here, you have the option between like using this breathing to build up this feeling here, or just using the we did it as we talked just before.
I made history.
It's you know, we talked last time about the the little curve I do in the audio just to know where is my emotion in my shot. Here you have the option of like building something a little bit linear, but the more and more painful, where the moment where it's gonna really have all this contracted like this, gonna be we did it, or having this little line where it's a bit what you have here.
John. I made history. We did it.
And here you're using the we did it almost like to hold up a bit more. We did it.
I'm the only one left who knows how we did it.
but then yes, you need to sell the emotion before I'm the only one left, because you can tell in the voice that he was already crying.
I made history. We did it. I'm the only one left who knows how we did it.
Okay, so I think it's just you need to push a bit some I would say like intensity here and there. I think the choreography is working nice. Everything is there. I don't think you need I think the hand stuff feels natural to me. But it's up to you. You could do it without as well.
Who knows how?
Also, you can get you could probably has already, but you can get references of actors crying and stuff like that. The build up is often goes into plateau like this, goes like boom, boom, boom. You know, it shows the muscle changing, the eyes getting wet and stuff like that. You have some you can find it in a lot of movies. Um, what you have here is already really nice. One thing also about this kind of pose here, it's this one is nice. After it goes a little bit like the palm like this. I try to avoid this kind of stuff, because also like it really depends on the character. Sometimes it goes if the design is a little bit flat, and here it's gonna go be like this. So I try to keep having some volume and some overlap in my drawing. So here it's a nice one because you have like very different fingers. You have some fingers showing, some others less. So you need to find probably like a way to design your hand a bit more on here than just this. So I would probably like try to move around some fingers, doing some stuff like that. It's an opportunity to show a very painful like face of like this. So you could almost having something where you see only the mouth, and it's like like this. This kind of pose always work. So this kind of pose can be tricky because you hide all the face. But what I like is like there is an evolution here to show it more. But think of this, of like how you could design your hand a bit more, maybe somewhere here still showing the, see what I mean? I'm not saying it's the good solution, it's just that probably like there's this hands like this, it could look weird. But I like the last one, for example, here. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Let's show some others. After, if you have question, we're gonna see that after. Okay. Okay, this one is cool too.
Thank you for telling me that. It's better. You'll see. What? What is it?
Very long shot as well. very, very big shots,
And
everybody.
actually, Clem, the right one is the second, and it's a shorter cut.
The what,
It's the
sorry?
same, but it's the right clip is the second one.
Second
It's
one,
this,
yeah, it's shorter, right?
It's a shorter cut, yeah. And
Yeah.
can you click on sync, please? Start sync
Yeah.
on the right corner.
Okay,
Because okay, thanks.
Thank you for telling me. Thank you for telling me that. It's better. You'll see. What?
I think it's really nice. It's really good acting. I've not much to say about that.
Thank you for telling me that.
The pose is nice. The first pose is nice.
Thank you for telling me.
The change also, the head direction it's super subtle and super nice.
It's better.
And
you'll see. You'll see.
The only thing it's probably like you see.
You'll see. You'll see.
I have hard time to understand really the mood here because I think you lose the emotion super fast after this one. So all of this is super clear.
Thank you for telling me that.
Like this expression here, it's a complex expression. It's really clear. There's a bunch of stuff going on.
Telling me that.
Really fits also the audio, which is very low, very soft. This moment here it's really good as well. It fits the audio perfectly.
It's better.
Here you have like a sincere smile here. It's better.
You'll see.
And after, I don't know if it's so sincere here. Maybe it's just a mistake of acting. If it was, if you want to do something sincere, maybe just push a bit the one you have here. You see, just with a bit more opening the face like this. But the big issue for me is changing the mood right after saying the sentence. Just for me, it's difficult to understand. So it's almost like you say something, but you don't believe in what you say. It should have been like, yeah.
I totally agree with that, and it was hard to get the right timing.
Because
I wanted to anticipate, but it was hard to get it right. And that's also the reason why there is an editing, because in the original one it's even before.
Okay. Yeah. But I think you can get all this, and in animation you can delay all this easily. So you see, and you wanna.
You'll see. You'll see.
You see, and you can keep going forward a little bit with the body as well. You see, and after you keep like few seconds. Maybe here, starting changing around those frames here.
What?
And I'll be like the take in the end.
What? What?
I think it's really well done. Like the acting, she's really good at expressions and stuff. It's very accurate. It's just this timing moment here.
You'll see.
Actually, tell me if it could be the case. The moment she shut the mouth is the moment I wanted to change the expression, and I liked the fact that the moment she shut down here.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, exactly. Somewhere here it could work.
You'll see. What? What?
Also, like the moving hold here is quite long, and in animation it's always tricky, this kind of stuff. So
What?
be careful with that. I think you have some eye dots here. I think you have what you need. Eye dot, little movement with the head.
What?
And after this really nice expression here. But yes, careful about this moment here, where it is there. See, like this, all those frames here, they're gonna be tricky. So you can use breathing when you don't know what to do with the moving hold, because you're a bit like, okay, I don't know, there is nothing happening. I wanted to be very subtle. You can use breathing just to have like a little bit of motion, and then you can have you can make your breathing being expressive or not. Like, I mean, if you want to show it or not. If I do, it's showing something. I can use this to change pose very subtle, like from here to there. You know, think of this when you're a bit lost.
What?
But here, I think you could, if you need, because you know, in animation, like this kind of moving hold can look a bit dead. You could do a tiny bit of anticipating the next expression.
What?
Okay, you could really have a
Okay.
tiny bit of what, you know. So this could help.
I like the idea of really as still as possible.
Yeah, I like it as well.
I gave her some indication to remove stuff in that moment.
Yeah.
She
No,
was
it's really,
she was moving too much, and
yeah.
Still.
I think it's good. It's just that when you have something really empty, then you can, you know, like go in your graph editor and like play with millimeters and being very subtle and having like very small changes, because it's this moment here. I think if you really are good with the physicality, natural physicality, meaning like the breathing, you know, if I do this, for example, if I do this here, I can see where there's some subtle changes. If you're good with that, it could work. But depending also of the design, if the design is tiny bit too cartoony or whatever, it could look dead. Careful, just be careful with that. Okay. But the main acting and everything is it's there. It's working really nice. Cool. Is it the last one? I think so. Okay, this one I didn't see it yet, so I'm gonna discover it.
When my dad passed away, my first thought was, I wonder if he died disappointed. No one ever told me otherwise, so when my dad passed away, my first thought was, I wonder if he died disappointed. No one ever told me otherwise, so
Cool.
when my dad
Okay, let's watch the other.
When my dad passed away, my first thought was, I wonder if he died disappointed. No one ever told me otherwise, so when my dad passed away, my first thought was, I wonder if he died disappointed. No one ever told me otherwise, so
Cool. Okay, there's some nice stuff here. Let's talk a bit. It's same thing as before we saw two different options, very different. Like one is seated, the other is standing up. So it's for me, it's almost like if you show me two different shots. Like I don't know what you want. I don't know what you prefer. So it's hard for me to say what is better. It depends of like the context. As a separate shot, if it's only this shot, I would definitely go for the close up because I think it's a very emotional shot. We want to show the face of the character. So probably probably this one. I I don't really I won't miss the route and all the stuff. I just wanna see this. So I think probably the second one it's a bit better. So let's talk about this one.
When my dad passed away, my first thought was, I wonder if he died disappointed. No one ever told me otherwise, so
Okay, cool. I think the first part of it is working really nice. Here I see that you're looking at the camera, and I was wondering if it was on purpose or not. If it is, then it's fine. You can do it. It's pretty rare in animation that we're doing this, even in movies. It can happen if I'm, for example, like talking to someone with my phone, then I'm gonna do like a selfie, and we could have this kind of shot. But I would say be careful with that, especially if you want your character to be dialogue with another one, then you will never look at the camera. You're gonna look at probably the other person. So be careful with this stuff.
when my dad passed away, my first thought. When my dad passed away, my first.
The choreography here is really nice. Feels very natural here.
When my dad passed away,
You're missing a bit the breathing here. Would have been nice to have the you know like the so he expired at this moment here. It just breathe out, and this kind of stuff can show in the shoulders, in the chest, and especially for close-ups like this, it's gonna probably change a bit the angle of the face. Sometimes it changes a bit. Yeah, this stuff here can happen. So it's you don't have to necessarily record it again. Just play it again in front of a mirror and see what happened. If you play this moment here, passed away, you know this kind of stuff. When my dad passed away, no, it shows in a bit in my body, a bit in my face.
Passed away, my first thought was, I wonder if he died disappointed.
I really like the stuff you do with the eyes though is on here. I think it's super clear. Oop. On
my first thought was, I
when you look down here.
Thought was, I wonder if he died.
So you see, guys, like it's a bit what we've been through in the examples with the movies. Here is like you're going down here, and then you're going to the side to look for the idea.
Wonder if he died disappointed.
And it's and also the fact that you look on the side. It shows that you're you don't want to say it. Like here's you. It's a really nice touch at this moment.
Wonder if he died disappointed.
And after you say it like this, so
wonder if he died disappointed. No one ever told me otherwise, so
So here, I think it's really nice what you have. I think you miss a bit the line on with the lip sync and everything. You could have built up something even more solid if you were able to say the words at the same time, because when you talk, it's not only to have the lip sync, because the lip sync, like I always do the lip sync with the mirror, it's fine. But it's more for the little movement when you talk. It's going, it does this little stuff here. I have a good example here, or of something that I didn't show you last time. Remember my reference here?
You found in your little donkey shite that day. 2 hours, Porrig. I timed it.
I didn't show you this one here. Is the actual actors in the movie doing it, and I show this in the recording, the other recording I did of the first session.
I said not aimless chatting. I said good, normal chatting.
The other night, 2 hours you spent talking to me about the things you found in your little donkey shite that day. 2 hours, Porrig. I timed it.
Well, it wasn't my little donkey.
You see the head is moving a lot when it talks. First of all, you see that compared to me, the acting, it's super contained. There is nothing much as I did, like all the movement and everything. That doesn't mean like you should do this. It really depends of what you want your character to be. Like if you want the character to be the extrovert or introvert or whatever. But
to me about the things you found in your little donkey shite that day. 2 hours, Porrig.
It's interesting to see everything moving here, and the head also having this little accent with the lip sync. So it's in this reference here, because you don't have all the lines in your dialogue, you're missing a bit of this.
When my dad passed away, my first thought was, I wonder if he died disappointed. No one ever told me otherwise, so told me.
This moment here.
No one ever told me.
No one ever. Also, like the rhythm, we talk about the rhythm in the previous session. No one ever. He tells it with a really nice rhythm. And no one ever is probably having some accent here. So I think if you didn't spend too much time on it, or if you have time, I would try to record it again and to add these lines, because I think the choreography is good. It's just missing some of these accents that could bring a nice rhythm to your shot. Because right now you have all the direction, all the poses, all the ideas are good. Just missing some moment where the rhythm breaks a bit and goes from soft to fast, from slow to fast.
Otherwise,
So yeah, otherwise it's really nice. Okay, so this is the
when my dad passed away, my first thought was, I wonder if he died disappointed. No one ever told me otherwise.
Yeah, you see it here. No one ever. It does this little movement here, showing the accents in the same pose, but still accents.
Told me otherwise, so.
See, with the just with the audio, you can kind of like guess what kind of like accent you can have. So yeah, you don't have. If you could just like also what you can do if you're comfortable with it, you can put the accent you see in the scene here, apply it to your shot. This kind of stuff can work really nice as well. Awesome. I think we've been through all the reference you sent me. There is some stuff in the chat. Sorry, I didn't read any of your stuff. Tick, tick, tick. Okay. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do my own critique on my reference. I did it a bit, but I choose this reference number 2 here.
I said not aimless chatting.
Also, like I'm gonna cut my shot. I'm not gonna do. Just want to do this shot here, so I choose this. From here to here. It's like almost 200 frames.
The other night, 2 hours you spent talking to me about the things you found in your little donkey shite that day. 2 hours, Porrig. I timed it. The other night.
Okay. No, it's I needed the first.
The other night.
Shit, sorry. Okay. Boom.
The other night, 2 hours you spent talking to me.
That's it.
The other night.
And here is my first problem I have here is my look here going to this directly. It's a bit too direct. I don't like this change here. So I'm just probably gonna go from something a bit lower here to get the idea here. So my eye is gonna go from down to up, showing that I get an idea. You know, like if I go from here to there, because I don't have all the process before, because I cut my shot. So before I had like all this to process, you know. You get all this to have my ideas of what I'm gonna say. But here, because I start here, I don't believe in it. So I'm gonna change this.
The other night, 2 hours you spent talking to me about the things you found in your little donkey shite that day. 2 hours, Porrig. I timed it. The other night, 2 hours you spent talking to me. You spent talking to me about the things you found in your.
And here I'm gonna have to choose between all these accents. Like I'm doing a lot of no with the head, so.
Hours you spent talking to me about the things you spent talking to me.
I like this one because it kind of stops here. It breaks the rhythm.
About the things you found in your. About the things you found in your little hours you spent talking. Hours you spent.
So maybe I'm gonna get rid of those.
Spend talking to me about the things you found in your little.
To get.
About the things you.
To get this one, because I think it makes more sense about the thing you found, you know.
You found in your little donkey shite that day. 2 hours, Porrig. I timed it.
And after the rest, I think it's working. So I'm gonna change those two things to make it work.
The other night, 2 hours you spent talking to me.
One thing I'm gonna change though, it's also this pose here. It's very I don't know, like it's very hidden after just behind the hands. Also, this finger here, it's kind of weird. I don't know how, but it's just posed on the table. I think if I do that in 3D, it's gonna just look weird. So I'm gonna probably find like a pose a little bit more natural here.
The other night, 2 hours you spent talking to me about the things you found in your little donkey shite that day. 2 hours, Porrig. I timed it.
But you see, like I put it some water in my glass, so I don't drop it when I'm acting. I wanted him to drink whiskey or something, so I just put it a little bit of water here. And the way I'm using the glass to act, I naturally use the glass as something with liquid in it. So if it was empty, I'm probably sure I'm gonna would have act differently. So I did put this on here just to show you on my layout how I work. So the graph editor and the camera here are usually on another screen. Here I show it on the same screen just for you to see everything. But I put like a very clear camera here with my what's gonna be on screen. And the graph editor on also in the other screen. And I have like a big space here. Usually I have a picker. I don't have a picker here on my perspective view. And on here I'm gonna show the where is it? Image plane here. So if I work on my main character, because the other is not gonna be a big deal. So I put this reference directly in my camera view. So it's gonna be very close to my character. I want to have not much distance to do with between my character and my reference. I want to be able to see each movement very, very close. So I put it there, and I can start choosing my key poses. So it's a very simple layout. I used it anytime. So for doing this, you need to for those who don't know how to put it, do you guys all know how to put a reference in the image plane? You need to do this stupid thing in Maya where did I put it? There. Oop. You need to do export your video as image like JPEG or some stuff like that, and after in your image plane create image plane and you use it as a sequence. So if I take it like this, it's over there. So I create image plane and then I can use image sequence to put it on. Okay, so then I have like this stuff here. I always put depending of the studio, they have some tools to connect your Maya with the reference. But when I don't have a tool, I always use the reference inside of Maya like this. It can slow down a bit your Maya, but honestly, just for at least for the blocking, it's super useful. What else can I say about this? Not much. You just see that I did like a rough pose already. I could have put the character without any pose, but just to do the good framing, I need to do a pose just to so I don't have to change the camera after. Okay. Something else that I wanted to talk about in layout is where are you? What if you have to do, because here I think everybody did something pretty steady for the acting, which I think is good because you're gonna focus on like the emotion and how playing with the face and stuff. But sometimes you're gonna have acting like that.
Architects are fucking Bauhaus, you know, and we're still doing costume pictures. It's the dinosaurs, kid. It's the one who go to Beverly Hills for meatballs and mint juleps to reminisce about the old days when they can't see. There's so much more to be done. We've got to innovate. We've got to inspire. We got to dream beyond these pesky shells of flesh and bone. Map those dreams onto celluloid and print them into history. Turn today into tomorrow so that tomorrow's lonely man may look up at that flickering screen and say, for the very first time, Eureka! I am not alone!
Yeah. This kind of shots, obviously, like it's super long. Like I hope for you that you will never have like a shot like this to animate. But even if you take half of it, like the shot is like an acting shot with body mechanic in it, with a very specific choreography that's probably like the actor worked on it to have exactly the stuff he has to do back and forward. He's drunk. He has like this mood specific. He's smoking and stuff. It's a very complex scene where you don't want to you don't want to be um you don't want to have any problem with the technical issues like the rotation orders and stuff like that. So you need to prepare your shot good. So first of all, what I would do to prepare a shot like this. So here I did the same. I put the reference here, put it in my character here. But I don't need the character actually. And where it is, yeah. I did just like a version of Brad Pitt like this, and I do a layout of my character. I didn't finish it yet, but I did like maybe like 200 frames or something like 160 frames. It just took like 10 minutes to do it. Honestly, it's super fast to do, and with this kind of stuff. This stuff here is gonna give me like help me a lot when I'm gonna do my animation after, because I'm gonna keep this in my scene as a layout, and it gives me all the space my character is gonna go. I did put some angle. So what I did is I looked at the reference and I'm trying to do the movement of the root. So it's for me it's really super important. We're gonna talk a lot about this later in the next sessions, but here already I'm trying to see what is the root doing. So I look at the pelvis here, and when I'm doing this, I'm like leaning forward a bit, going up, down and up. It's not doesn't need to be super accurate. Just having some information here, so to simplify my life after that. After that, you need to be to do your first choice of like where do you put the main controller. Where are you? Poof. Okay, this main controller here, you all know it's the controller to give the direction of your character. But problem here, the character is going back and forward and going on the side at the beginning here. So how do I choose this? And it's a big choice to do, because all the direction of my root, for example, if I take my graph editor here, animation graph editor, boom. If I go from here to there and I move forward my root, okay, you see that there is only one direction here. What you want to avoid is having your character going in this kind of direction here, and having like two or sometimes like three curves to manage to do the same job. So you want to have only one curve to deal with, at least for the Z direction, okay? So you need to make some choice. Sometimes it's super hard. Sometimes you have no choice. Well, on this one, it's kind of easy to choose because it's mainly going forward, going backward. So if I choose this this direction, going through the camera is going to be quite okay, because it's going to do this, and after it's going to turn and going backward like this, and the curve is going to be the same inverted, okay? So it's just at the beginning, I'm gonna have a bit of side and sometimes gonna be a little bit, but you need to choose at the beginning with how you put your character here. And it seems very obvious and stuff, but really, when I started to take some time to really set up my scenes, thinking of like what's gonna happen, which are going to be the constraints. If I go back to uh my character to my reference here, already I'm thinking of what are going to be the constraints. Okay, so this hand
Good, normal chat.
is going to be in IK, right? Because it's on the table. No problem with that. If I have like a pin elbow here, I'm gonna pin the elbow as well. If I don't have, then I'm gonna tweak the elbow and blah blah blah. But I'm gonna check my rig, see what's possible, what's not possible. I want to be able to choose this because there's always options to go back, and from going to FK to pin elbow, blah blah blah. But not on all the rigs first. And you want to avoid this. You want to think before you do your animation. Now, what about the other arm?
Right. 2 hours you spent talking to me about the things you found in your little down.
You see all this little movement here. It's going like to do all this little movement because I'm talking like this. If I'm smart enough, I won't even have to animate this. It's going to be FK connected to my chest. My chest going to move, bringing my my FK arm on the good not workspace, but on the good space. It's going to use the chest space. It's going to connect my arm to my chest. And then we'll have to do only like some tweaks just to do nice little arcs, okay? This is how I started to become able to bring good level of complexity in my shots is by starting from the scratch, from the beginning, thinking of the technical constraints. I used to be an animator who was doing a lot of frame by frame. I was doing 3D animation like a 2D animator, pretty much. So in the end of my shot, everything was baked at one, and I was doing like all the little arcs, frame by frame, etc. It was very painful to do realism with this. You can do like cartoons with it, no problem. But realism, the level of complexity, the level of detail you're going to bring in your shots, it's almost impossible to do this. If you have a change to do, it's going to be painful. If you want to bring more detail, more this little arm stuff, for example, if you don't do it, if you do it frame by frame in the end, first you're going to spend too much time in your spline, where if you have the good technical tools and if you spend the time at the beginning to prepare your shot, then it's going to be open to add detail until you don't have time to do it. Like as now I can, if you give me like 2 extra weeks on a shot, I know that I can spend it on adding detail. Before when I finished my shot, it was more like okay, I can't touch it anymore because everything is frame by frame. Everything is cheated on the camera. So it's very important to think already. What else in a shot like this I could
wasn't me little
say?
donkey shite, was it? It was me pony shite, which shows how much you were listening.
None of it helps me. You spent talking to me about the things you found in your little down.
So for the head connection, so it really depends of the animator what they prefer. Some prefer on the workspace to have like this freedom of like, okay, I have the control of my head and I can do whatever, and my curve show exactly what my head is doing. And some will say to you that no, I prefer having connected to my body, so it's actually is more realistic because I am it's more anatomically correct. So I don't have a preference. I like both, and I do both. I just think that there is some moments where it's smart to use one or the other. If I'm walking, doing a walk, and I'm looking there and there, for example, I'm gonna use the workspace because I don't want my movement with the body to change my direction each time. But for example, if I look at Brad Pitt acting here, it's gonna be different. Okay, why is it not working? Does it make sense to you the connection stuff, the constraint stuff? Because I don't know. I think you guys have different experience, so I don't know if I'm talking of something you guys don't know, like the constraint in the head. I'm gonna show it just for some people. I think realistic acting probably like most of you are experienced enough. I wouldn't say like probably like it's not the best course for beginners, but if I take the head here, oop, boom, on this, on here, there is the space switch here. Here is on global. That means like here, if I move this, the head doesn't move. And if I switch it to body or neck or chest, it's gonna change. Body is gonna be for the root, so it's not gonna change. But if I put it on the chest, oop, okay, it's moving. So if I look at, for example, this guy here, the way
Bauhaus architecture, fucking Bauhaus, you know? And we're still doing costume pictures?
is doing this all this choreography here, and what you don't want to have is your curves moving around doing like 360s in your graph editor and stuff. So I'm gonna probably connect the head to the root, because the chest is gonna be able to do his job, but I want the head to connect to the root. So when I move and do like this changing direction, my head's gonna connect it directly to the root. Okay, so this is kind of stuff you want to think before you start your shot. I didn't talk so much about like how to choose your key poses, but I think we talked about a bit in the previous session. I think I might just do this a bit on my shot here. So basically, my key poses. Oh, I don't want too much of those. If there is too much, it's gonna be too long to do, and it's not gonna be useful. I like to have a low quantity, not too much key poses, only the one that really show changes. So I said I was starting here. So this is my first pose here. Okay. Second pose here shows the change. Like I'm about to talk here.
Do the night. Do the night.
And here it's slightly different than the one here, showing a third one. I don't care about the little texture first. Like I don't mind doing this. I'm gonna have a lot of time to do it after. Probably gonna do a fourth one here. And this is gonna be a breakdown I'm gonna use just after my key poses, 2 hours. So it's just using this to go to this one. I think I did a mistake. This one is not exact. It goes a bit further, you see? I try to get my extremes all the time. So this one is number 4. So when I choose a movement, I go to my extremes. And then is some texture here that I want to remove, so I'm not gonna put it yet. I'm gonna hold my pose until there. And then number 5. Big change here, number 6. 7 here. And here is my breakdown. I can note already my breakdown. So breakdown is just like, it's gonna be the path to go to my next one. And here I have like a big change. You see, it's kind of blurry. Which pose should I choose? Should I choose the one in between or the extreme? You can do one here, so I'm like 7, 8, just to show the change. Let's see what the arm is doing. So here, it's gonna be a breakdown for the arm. It's an extreme here. So, but the pose here, the real pose is this one, because the arm did this whole thing and this pose is one. So the one before is just the body and the head being there already. The arm finishing the movement here and going to my pose here. And after just texture here, just small accent. I don't need to put too much on this. I'm gonna hold the pose until this moment. One breakdown here, just with the head doing this little accent, starting to move forward. And my pose is there. I think it's number 10. Was it there? I know it's number, yes. Number 10 is somewhere here. $11 here. It's with the breakdown with the glass. I think it's interesting to have like this opposite movement here. And see the flow between those two. The head is going faster, the glass going after. See, like this moment here. This flow is super important to notice already. Don't want something exactly at the same time.
Timed it.
And 12 here. And my shot finished here. So 12 key poses and some important breakdowns that I need to put. So in the end, I'm gonna have like maybe like 20 poses for almost 200 frames. So it's almost like one each 10 frames, which is very, very rough. And I think it's good because we're gonna see it next session. The importance of like how to build strong poses, strong key poses, and it's very much my conviction is like the more you spend on the key poses, is the better is going to be your shot. It really working this way for me. It's really, I'm going to try to put everything working. Sometimes I spend like hours on few poses, like on 1 or 2 poses. Sometimes a shot like this, if you get the first pose slightly off, slightly wrong, just like not the good amount of shoulder, not the good amount of like mood in the face, it could ruin your whole shot just on the first pose, because you keep this pose, this physicality until the end of the shot. Next session we're gonna show how I build my key poses. But yeah, I wanted to talk a bit of like the technical stuff, how to build. You see, like it's very simple here, but it could be more complex for a shot like this. It's really something that changed my life. Like when I told you, like I was using Maya the wrong way before. I was a slow animator or kind of slow, and by just changing my technique, and I'm gonna show you this in the next session how I changed it, how I use Maya now. I could speed up my process like up to almost like 40% faster than I was doing before, and it allowed me to push my shot way further, and also to struggle less in animation, because I don't know about you guys, but like for me, like the first years, I I've been working in features movies from the beginnings. I was lucky on that, but in the other side, I was super stressed, and it was I was struggling a lot, doing a lot of extra work on the shot, trying to yeah, struggling making to reach the good quality and stuff. And it was not because I was doing mistakes so much in terms of like choices of animation and stuff. It was really the technical choices. I was doing a lot of camera fix, like changing the stuff, you know, like working directly in the camera just to change. Oh, it's good, it's working. And in the end, I became way more clean, and I think it's safer for retakes as well. It helped me becoming faster, better. I think it's working on Arcane changed my life for this in animation, because at some point I did the first episode where I was still using the same methodology of like doing almost like 2D animation on my shot. So I was doing a lot of frame by frame, like all the characters were just baked and just doing a lot of cheating. And at some point, I moved to storyboard, so I went doing storyboard, but I kept watching what animators were doing, and there was like this guy coming, this new guy coming, and he was doing amazing shots, and I was looking at it, and I was like, how is it possible to put so much detail on a shot? Like there is so much realism, so much detail on it. And if I wanted to do this, it would have been impossible, because I was constrained by my technical skills. And when I went back from storyboard to animation, I changed everything, and I started thinking like the way I told you just before about like, okay, what is going to be my constraint in my shot? What is how can I improve, or how can I make my life easier, for because I know that I'm going to spend like 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks sometime on one shot. I want those 3 weeks to be smooth, not like a fight against Maya. So I started thinking of this, and each and taking each step of my animation from the layout to the polish to on something smarter than before, and I could really reach the quality of those new guys. So I'm gonna take some question if you need if you want. Okay, I see that you already sent me some questions. Stefano, I didn't get what you said about using the global controller. Okay. You do you use it just to orient the character or animate it? An example of the you work. Okay, no, I don't animate it unless there is a very specific stuff. It's just the orientation, but just the orientation is like it's super important. You need to choose in which direction your character is going to go most of the time in the shot. Sometimes there is shots that are complex, that there is gonna be changes and stuff. You want to see which is the one that brings the curve the more together. I don't know if it makes sense for you. Okay, is it good? So no, I don't animate it. No, I don't want my feet to slide and stuff. So no, no. Okay. At which step of the workflow do you start head texture, rotation head while talking? I'm gonna show this after. It's basically what I do is I do the key poses, and so my workflow is very specific. I think I'm gonna have to discuss also with the probably with the Jorge from Anima Warriors, because I don't do what uh, I told you at the beginning, advanced blocking. I don't do this stuff. I go from the blocking, I push it a little bit up to four normally, and after that I go directly to spline, and it is in this spline that I'm gonna use the head texture. I'm gonna start with the root, splining my root, splining my spine, splining my chest, head, uh, and root with the feet, always root and feet, spine, chest, uh, head, arms, etc. I use this very layered spline, always keeping an eye on my blocking. My blocking is like my roadmap. I don't want to miss it. If I'm gonna, you see the stuff I'm doing with the reference, putting the reference on Maya. What I usually do when I'm splining, if I put my blocking in instead of my reference here, it's going to be my blocking. So I don't want to miss anything from my blocking. My blocking is I validate with my supervisor the blocking. If it's validated, I don't want to miss this. But after that, I'm going to directly go to spline. I'm not doing this very old school stuff of like doing blocking on twos with all the detail and stuff. I think that it's very long and painful, because why wouldn't you use the curve and the graph editor instead of like doing everything on step? So I'm gonna show that in the next session. Don't worry. So you really focus on sculpting the few key poses, getting it all the detail in the pose. Exactly. That's the idea, is to get all the detail in the key poses. You don't want to miss anything in the key poses. Even like if you guys use stickies, like the little deformer to have everything. If I have like a pose like this, if this is my pose, I'm gonna sculpt all this with the stickies and everything in my key poses. I don't want to let it for after, because I'm gonna use the stickies as a controller in my animation. It's I want everything to be there in the few key poses, and after I spline everything. Okay, Olivier, you had the one about the video reference on
Yeah,
Arcane.
yeah. So we've all seen the video references by Alexis Van Roy, where he does like some really cool video references, and his final product is very similar to it. So on Arcane, are you asked to have the video reference to be perfect, or can you just have like what I did, for example? I've got some examples, and then I go into Maya and I move stuff around. Because on my reference, for example, I wanted to do some trembles on the face, and I just couldn't do it on the perfect timing, whereas in Maya I could easily fix it. So
Yeah, it's a good question. Um, my my answer is going to be not so clear, because it really depends of the person animating and the supervisor as well. Alexi is really good at this. He's really good at doing good references and matching the references, and I would say people are mainly asked to do this because it's way safer for the production. Because you know from the reference what's gonna be after in the animation. But for me, for example, I'm maybe like a counter example of this. Like this shot on here, I did it like pretty much without reference. Like all my reference were kind of wrong. It was like the first COVID, where we were everybody was in the this at home with no we were not used to it. I was used to go to the studio, so I was at home within a tiny space in Paris. So I had no space. I wasn't used to this. So I did the shots.
Anyway, I don't want her to see me like this. Just tell her I'm sorry about everything. Okay?
And none of those I had reference. Like all my reference were kind of wrong, so I was like, okay, whatever. So I just tried to think of my choreography and put it down on blocking, adding stuff on top at each level, at each step, and in the end, it's working. And when I was leading on the season 2. I was doing the same depending of the animators. I knew that some animators were really good at doing references, so those guys, I would not let them go without doing the perfect reference. I was like, no, 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 it's not good enough. Like, do it again, another one, another one. And some others were just more intuitive in Maya, and I would say, okay, each time I had something not perfect but good enough in the reference, I was like, okay, you're gonna change this and that, and after you do this and that, and in the end we changed stuff directly in Maya, and it was working. So I don't think there is one specific like a mandatory way to do it, but mainly I think like the more Arcane was growing, the more the style was established. The more people got used also to do good reference. In the end, we have like this flow of doing like most of the people were doing good reference and following the reference. But I told you, I'm maybe the counter example of that.
Cool. So, thank you.
No worries. Do you make thumbnails or draw before jumping on Maya? Yes, I do it a lot. I would say not in acting so much. In acting, I think like doing thumbnail can be useful. It's something that I used to do when I was more younger, when I was learning a bit more in animation. I was doing a lot of thumbnail where I was trying to get my my expressions. Um, I was thinking like maybe if I can do it, if I cannot say it with a smiley, I won't be able to say it with a complex character. So I was trying to get on thumbnail some expression I wanted to have. But thumbnailing for me, like even drawing and posing and stuff, it's way more the stuff I'm doing for action shots. If I have like if I have an action shot, like it's not gonna be I'm not gonna be able to shoot it most of the time in reference, so I'm gonna do some drawing and I don't know, like if I have like this crazy pose where I don't know, this superhero pose where a guy is flying on the sky and this kind of stuff. I don't know. This kind of poses you cannot you cannot do it in in reference. So I'm drawing those and trying to push it. Okay, what can I do? Okay, maybe I change this arm here and I put it there, and doing it by sketching. I'm saving a lot of time in Maya because I don't care about the design so much. I just want to have the attitude right, and but also it's depend of your drawing skills, I guess. So Some people can sketch also, like in Maya, it's fine. So yeah, I do a lot of thumbnail when I would say also like becoming like a lead. I was doing sequences more than just shots. Then I had to think a bit more big. So I was doing some research more in storyboard about how to adapt this shot to the other, how to change this. So for acting, like in this shot, for example, I didn't do any thumbnail because it's
Anyway, I don't want her to
I wouldn't know what to draw really. Like I'm not gonna spend time to draw hands and stuff where I can do it in Maya directly. Is there any other question? Was it clear for you guys?
Hey, just a very last one, quick one.
Yeah.
I think you mentioned that you do storyboards and you do comics. I tried to find your work online. I couldn't find anything. There's nothing. You're not showing anything, are you?
No. I just did this this demo reel just before doing the course just so people don't think I'm a scam.
Yeah, because I couldn't find anything of you except your LinkedIn.
No. I studied comics this year, so anything finished yet. But storyboard, I think if I want to share a storyboard from Arcane, I need to ask the authorization stuff. It would be nice to show you guys some stuff, but I'm not sure at all that I am allowed to. But yeah, I don't show much stuff unless if I need.
Not much self-promotion. Okay, cool.
No, not much.
Cool. Thanks.
No worries. Cool. Thank you, guys. It was yes, do you have something else? Sorry.
Yeah, actually. So do you, for next session, do you want us to have, do you want us to have anything ready? Do you want us to reshoot reference or anything like that?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, sorry, I forgot last time. And yeah, for next session, it would be nice for you to start to do some key poses for those who had like something solid on reference. For those who didn't do the reference or want to reshoot, you can reshoot stuff. And yeah, do some key poses. Don't do too much poses. Like as I told you, like you can do just few poses, the main one, and then I'm gonna show you how I build my poses, and maybe we can do a little bit of review. Maybe not as much as today. Today, I think on the reference was quite important because it's really the base of your shot. I think I hope you guys learned some stuff about it. But yes, yeah, if you can do some key poses, then we can also do a review on the side that I show you how I build mine, and I try to fix yours by just reviewing it. Is it good for you?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you very much. And I think it's time for me to leave. It's quite late in France here. Thank you, and see you at the next round.